The night's blanket shrouds the swamp in a silence veiled with secrets. From the bird's-eye view, the murky water seems to conceal more than it reveals. Enter Detective Bentz, a seasoned veteran, trudging through the foggy bog, flashlight in hand. Each step echoes through the misty quietude, the beam of light casting eerie shadows that dance with the whispering leaves. The swamp holds its breath, an uneasy stillness hanging in the air. Suddenly, a rustle of leaves brings with it an air of unease. The town quivers as Bentz discovers the victim. The scene is eerily familiar, mirroring a sequence from his past. The body, staged with an unsettling precision, whispers of a terror Bentz thought he had buried deep. A chilling flashback crashes into his mind. Bentz, years younger, confronting Father John, the town's old adversary. The priest-turned-serial killer had sown seeds of dread in the hearts of Crimetown's inhabitants. But Bentz had put him away, left him to rot in the very swamp he now trudged through. The similarities between the past and present crime scenes are too striking to ignore. The precision, the staging, the signature of Father John. Bentz had hoped the chapter of his life had closed. He had hoped the terror of Father John was a nightmare of the past. But as he stands in the swamp, the victim's lifeless eyes staring back at him, Bentz is forced to confront a terrifying possibility. That chapter wasn't closed. Not yet, maybe not ever. Bentz hoped that chapter closed, until now. Today, wading through the evidence, Bentz can't shake off the feeling that Father John might be back, and this is his malevolent handiwork. Bentz and his stalwart partner, Detective Montoya, hunch over the grisly tableau, their faces etched with concern. The air is thick with dread, the gruesome clues seeming to whisper the name of their old nemesis. Montoya, a hardened cop in her own right, has her misgivings too. Could he really be back? She murmurs, her gaze fixed on the unsettling scene. Bentz's silence is answer enough. They find themselves drawn into the labyrinth of Father John's twisted psyche, a place of dark corners and deeper secrets. Each piece of evidence, a breadcrumb leading them further into the gloom. The realization dawns on Bentz. Father John isn't just back, he's closer than ever. Father John doesn't aim at random victims, he's moving closer to those Bentz cherishes. Bentz finds himself in the most chilling race against time. In the pursuit of an invisible enemy, Bentz and Montoya must confront their fears, unravel the dark truth, and navigate through the killer's twisted mind. As they delve deeper into the abyss of the case, they begin to interview suspects. The air is thick with tension, the weight of the unknown pressing heavy on their shoulders. The last sinner, a specter in the shadows, remains elusive, his actions echoing the past that Bentz thought he had buried deep within the swamp. With each suspect, the puzzle becomes more complex, the pieces refusing to fit together. Bentz's past is thrust upon him, a ghostly reminder of the sins committed by Father John. It's a chilling walk down memory lane, each step a confrontation with the darkness he'd hoped to leave behind. The motive of the last sinner is as murky as the swamp itself. Bentz begins to realize the sinister pattern. The victims are not random. They are connected to him, a chilling message from the killer. The last sinner is not just hunting innocence, he's hunting Bentz. In this terrifying race against time, Bentz and Montoya find themselves navigating a labyrinth of fear and deceit. The line between the hunter and the hunted blurs, the pursuit becoming a deadly dance of wits and will. To stop the killer dubbed the last sinner, Bentz must descend into his past and confront the depths of darkness that even the bravest fear. The pursuit of the last sinner is not just a hunt for a killer, it's a journey into the heart of darkness itself. In the shadowy swamp, good and evil clash in a deadly game of cat and mouse with everything at stake. Detective Bentz finds himself entangled in a deadly dance with the last sinner. Every rustle, every ripple in the water could be the harbinger of a fate too grim to imagine. The stakes are high, the tension palpable. Bentz, with every fiber of his being, knows that he's not just fighting for his life, he's fighting for the soul of Crimetown. For years, this town has been haunted by the specter of Father John, the priest-turned-serial killer. Now, it seems, the past has come back to claim its due. Bentz, our beleaguered detective, must face his deepest fears and the darkness of his past to bring justice for the victims. In this deadly game, will the last sinner triumph? Or will Detective Bentz finally exorcise the ghosts of Crimetown's past?